Xbox hasn't exactly been bringing us the goods either. I shifted through the hour and a half of content from the Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2024, so you didn't have to. Yeah, a lot of games were shown, but let's be real, only a handful are worth your time. Today, we're talking about the 5 upcoming games for late 24 and into 2025 that actually made an impact. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, sit back, because here are the games that stood out. The classic returns in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, a remake of the beloved Snake Eater with revamped graphics and updated mechanics, while still capturing the iconic stealth gameplay we all remember. It's the perfect nostalgia trip for longtime fans and a fresh experience for a newcomer.
Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield.
Is that why you abandoned me?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
Are you one of Vulcan's men?
No. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain. That's what they were making you build?
Yes, the Shagohod.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
Even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger.
Colonel!
It'll be our friend, the American defector.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times.
Sorry I'm late.
This one's a bit different. Starfield Shattered Space isn't a full game, but an expansion. Set in the same vast universe, the DLC promises new storylines and additional exploration in Starfield's already massive world. But unless you're already invested in the game, this might not be the most exciting reveal.
Today, we're giving you the first look at the mysterious homeworld of House Farouk. So let's dive in and explore.
The fate of our house was written among the stars. The Great Serpent tells us there is nothing to fear.
Do not force.
At least, not for those who walk the path. You will rise as Varun.
We loved Starfield's massive open galaxy, but from early on in our planning, we knew we wanted to introduce a more secluded and handcrafted location, similar to what you've seen from our past expansions. so much mystery to House Faroon, and because they've so thoroughly isolated themselves, it made them the perfect faction to explore in a completely self-contained experience.
And so you arise, one of the promised of House Faroon.
From the minute you arrive on Varun Kai, the story never sends you off planet. You're free to leave at any time, but the story is fully centered around life on the Varun homeworld.
Everything you discover, every location you visit, every side mission you seek out, it all tells the story of what happened here and how the Varun people have survived, cut off from the comforts of the settled systems and the rest of humanity.
Vindicator. Harbinger. Reverend.
Promised. One of our main themes throughout the base game is humanity's search for knowledge. Shattered Space is still about that search, but it's also about what happens when it goes too far. It's a very extreme pursuit, and it has backfired horribly for the people of House Faroon.
My brother Qasim has been missing for days. I'm beginning to worry that something terrible has happened to him.
Before the start of Shattered Space, a secret experiment involving grav drive technology went terribly wrong.
It resulted in a massive tear in the fabric of space-time that swallowed a significant portion of the Varun capital of Dazra. You arrived just a few weeks after the Vortex incident. It's still very fresh in everyone's minds. There's a massive crater in their city. Nothing has been reconstructed. People are still searching for missing loved ones.
Supplies are limited. There is so much work to be done.
The Scaled Citadel, the seat of power for the Varun government, is now trapped within a strange field of energy. Among those missing is Anasco Varun, leader of the Varun people and speaker for the Great Serpent. In his absence, the minor houses that make up House Faroon are all vying for control over the faction's future.
The Zealots were once a part of Varun society. They want to continue the Serpent's crusade. They'll demand an inordinate amount of credits or firearms. Worst case, a seat at the High Council or even the reinstatement of their house.
Varun Kai and Dazra City are like no other location in the base game.
From its inception, House Faroon has been driven by a singular, unique vision. Because of this, Varun Kai has a completely distinct visual identity. We say it's very alien. You'll see this in the extraterrestrial landscape, gravity anomalies, and much more. Varun Kai is located in the Kavnik system, and it's not the friendliest environment. They believed the Great Serpent led them to Varun Kai, and their whole purpose in being here is to await its return.
You have no concept of what the Great Serpent demands of us. All must serve.
It's a dangerous planet, and a lot of the people have retreated to Dazra in order to survive and protect their culture and their way of life. Now you'll find areas of the planet that were abandoned and have since been taken over by Zealots, Spacers, and Crimson Fleet. And humans aren't the only dangers in the Badlands of the planet. With the line between reality and the vortex breaking down, creatures from the other side can slip through, like the Vortex Horror. When you disturb the barrier between our world and theirs, they can sense it, creating these honestly terrifying ambush scenarios.
In the base game, there's a lot of focus around ranged gun combat. You can engage in a firefight from way in the distance. In Shattered Space, we're closing that distance. Space is scary. Part of getting that across is amping up the aggression and the chaos of combat.
As you explore the city of Dazra and the surrounding planet, you'll learn the truth of what happened, become entangled in the political feud between the minor houses, and ultimately decide the fate of House Va'ruun, a fate that could affect the rest of the settled systems.
We can restore the intended order of things.
Thank you for joining us for a closer look at Shattered Space. We worked hard to make this a journey you won't forget. We're incredibly grateful for your support and passion. Stay tuned for more updates as we head toward launch on September 30th.
Finally, an Indiana Jones game that seems to capture the adventurous spirit of the films. Expect treasure hunts, dangerous traps, and globe-trotting adventures as you play as everyone's favorite archaeologist. The game hints at blending action with puzzle solving, and it could be a real standout if done right. Take the best from Uncharted, take the best from Tomb Raider, and put it behind the think tanks of an Indiana Jones movie? Could be good, but we'll have to wait to find out.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me. Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chirkulimani, the Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
Play it day one with Game Pass.
Now, this one's interesting. FragPunk is a cyberpunk-inspired shooter that feels chaotic and experimental. I'm a bit skeptical because I haven't gotten much hands-on experience, but the fast-paced gameplay and gritty aesthetic has potential. It could be a blast or it could fall flat. Time will tell.
本次测试中，我们总共带来了数十张新卡牌，比如一张可以让玩家进行蓄力跳，并在落地时影响周围的敌人。
鸟人这张卡牌可以让玩家获取在空中缓降和降低散射的能力，和跳跃达人搭配使用，可以获得更久的滞空时间。我们的思路是给对局带来更多的随机性和架枪的自由度。
说到强光手电这张卡的话，它的实际作用会类似于一个可控的闪光弹这样子的一个功能。
我们常见的射击游戏里的闪就是白，网上其实有很多的梗，你被闪了以后，你的屏幕全白，顺势而为吧，直接做了一个卡叫做护目镜，让闪光的持续时间和强度会减弱很多。
类似的卡牌组合与克制的例子还有很多，比如剑圣和龟背的组合，可以让玩家获得前后无敌的防御。我们希望通过这种趣味性的设计，带给玩家更纯粹的快乐。
本次测试我们会带2名新英雄，他们的能力和设计理念呢都与环境相关。Sona 是一个以声音为核心的战场侦察兵，它可以利用声音元素进行侦察和隐蔽，帮助队友掩盖行动声响，提供关键支援。这使得 Sona 在团队中显得独特而具有战略意义。它的设计灵感来源于海洋生物在声音应用方面的卓越能力。此外，我们还很高兴推出另一位新英雄 Spider。他能够带领团队快速移动，布下致命陷阱，或者将敌人捕获到自己身边，以进行出其不意的斩杀。凭借其敏捷和神秘感 ，Spider 提供了令人兴奋的游戏体验。我们相信，这些新英雄不仅会多样化玩家们的选择，也能提升整个游戏的动态性。
在接下来的 beta 测试中，我们会将测试范围扩大到欧洲、亚洲、拉美等更多地区，并积极听取玩家的建议。欢迎大家来体验我们的游戏，参与 beta 测试。
If horror games are your thing, Slitterhead should be on your radar. From the minds behind Silent Hill, it promises a mix of body horror, psychological thrills, and action. Early footage suggests this will push the boundaries in both atmosphere and storytelling. But let's hope it delivers on those high expectations. So, there you have it. The only 4 games in the DLC from the Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2024 that grabbed my attention. Now, if you're into Final Fantasy or one of its countless variations, there was about a dozen titles for you to sink your teeth into. And for anime fans, yes, there was a Bleach game, but honestly, I'm cautious. If I hear good things once it's out, maybe I'll check it out. But I'm not ruining one of the best animes of all time for a subpar game adaptation. On a positive note, at least Xbox brought us somewhat of a pretty chick to look at. If you did enjoy, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Keep an eye out for the next playtest or news drop. And as always, I'm Gooey. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.